Anytime you lose, it's a tough loss. But we knew going into the game, they're a good hockey team, and we had a good hockey team, and I think just first period we had our opportunities. We walking in the second period we had a breakaway when it's a 0-0 game. Dustin Mauer's got a breakaway in the first period. It's in a 0-0 game. We got the power plays in the first period that we had our opportunities, and a little different than the other games we had. We didn't capitalize on those power play opportunities, and really we lost the special teams game tonight, and that's something we've been working on extremely hard, but it's just that's kind of the name of the game tonight. Squandered opportunities, good goaltending from their kid played well in net, and some of the scrambles that we had around the net, and then obviously got behind, and when you're down 1-0 and 2-0. It can get frustrating because the other team stays above you, and we've done it to other guys, and they're a good team. They did it to us tonight in the third. So tried to get back into it, but I said the second one was a killer.
You said yesterday that it wasn't so much a lack of discipline of the penalties. It was situations where you commit those penalties, very well may have given up a goal. How would you evaluate the penalties your team took tonight?
Well, I wasn't happy with the one Eric Freshy took behind. I benched him, put him on the bench for the rest of the second period, and it was frustrating that the call that he had called for slashing. He lifted the kid's stick and went up in the rafters. I don't know how you slash the stick when when you slash the stick it goes down, and he was strong. He lifted the kid's stick. The kid's stick went up in the rafters, and no different in the third period when on power play their kid lifted our kid's stick and went up in the rafters, and but that penalty where you knew it was coming. We had the first four power plays. I bet without even looking at the score sheet, you could guarantee they got evened up. I mean, ended up
6-5.
2 for 5, 0 for 6. And you knew it was going to get evened up throughout the course of the game. And Eric's penalty made it easy for them. There was a scrum around the net, and there was pushing and shoving, and we ended up with the extra one. And that's something that you just can't do. And so after we took we had the first 4 power plays, we didn't get one until we had too many men with 4 minutes to 6 minutes to go in the game. So it was frustrating in that aspect of it.
What type of learning process is it now in the first few weekends for freshmen like Eric of adjusting to not just playing at D1 hockey, but also getting a lot of significant playing time?
Well, it's an adjustment for everybody in the different roles. When you look at Joel Lowry tonight playing center, I said for the first time since he was 14 years old with Cole Bardrow's injury, and you take someone out of the lineup with Cole Bardrow's significant minutes out of the lineup. Other guys had to step up, and for a large part of the weekend, I was pretty happy with a lot of the things that went on. And I said just the special teams game tonight that we lost, and you go back to the drawing board. You're going to face different teams with different penalty kills and different power plays all year long, and really. The first power play goal they scored was, the kid kind of forced it from a bad angle that went in. And the second one, our guy got knocked down in the offensive zone, was late getting back in our own zone, and they found the late guy entering. So it wasn't really kind of systematic breakdowns in the penalty kill in our own zone, rather than a 4 shot to the net, and I said one guy kind of gets knocked down, and they find the open guy on the back check. So it's just it's a long year, and I told our guys, it's about. It's really about rebounding and coming back and getting ready and learning lessons, as it was when we won last night and when we won at Nebraska Omaha.
Coach, another strong performance by Andy in net tonight overall, and he's really been a workhorse for you guys so far this season. Can you talk about kind of the security of having that senior in net to kind of back up a young team so far?
Yeah, I mean it was good for him tonight to obviously. I'm sure he wanted that first one back. It was a bad angle where it came off the angle. I don't know if he was thinking he was going to pass or. But he's been our workhorse, and the guys on the team, obviously respect him for his work ethic, but also his consistency in the net.
You sort of had the momentum kind of shift in your direction after you killed those 2 penalties in the beginning of the third period. Did you kind of think like that was your chance to really strike and get back into the game?
Well, I said when 1-0, you expend a lot of energy and they kill them off the late in the start of the second, and then I said they did a good job of staying above us in the third period early on, and we had I don't think we had that many real good scoring chances in the third. Only probably on the power play, with about 6 minutes to go, 7 minutes to go, we had a really good opportunity. But I said you can't squander the early ones. The breakaway, being all alone in the slot area, you just can't squander those, and your power play can't go 0 for 6 in a night and be successful.
It'll be pretty disappointing to lose tonight.
Yeah, definitely stings, especially against Quinnipiac. We knocked us out last year in playoffs, obviously, and so we were really looking forward to this game. But yeah, it stings.
What lessons can you take from tonight? Apply the rest of the season.
Just we got buried on the special teams. I think that's where we lost the game. But for the most part, I think we battled hard. Just some decision making issues that we can sort out and move forward from there.
Yesterday, scoring a couple times in the power play as well as last weekend. What did you see as kind of the difference of going 0 for 6 on the power play tonight?
I mean, I think we got our chances early in the game. But just we didn't bear down, like I said. But I mean, Quinnipiac is a good special teams team, and they showed it tonight. They block a lot of shots and they make it difficult for our power play.
Last year, Coach talked about how early on, his team, I don't know if cocky is the right word, but this team maybe got a little ahead of itself early on. Does facing a team that was national runner-up last year and falling to them like that, is that a good gut check of there's still a lot that this team wants to continue to rise with?
Yeah, I mean, I think we have a different mentality this year compared to last year. We know that we got to work hard for every win we get, and has a lot to do with grit, and I think tonight was a good test for us and shows us that we just got to bear down a little more, and moving forward we got to show a little more grit in the small area. So yeah, definitely.
Justin, was there any extra motivation? I mean, obviously Quinnipiac's a good team, but any extra motivation based on losing them last year to kind of get them back to me?
Yeah, of course. We don't forget what happened last year. Obviously they beat us, and so we took that into the summer, I think, and it was definitely in the back of our minds, and I'm sure a lot of guys had this game circled in the calendars.
I mean, it's disappointing. We played pretty good hockey early, though, and it's a long season. There's a reason they're 8-1-1. They're a good team out there. We had our chances, we had our moments tonight. But stuff happens early in the season, and we'll get back to it on Monday and try to grow as a hockey team.
There's been a lot of blocked shots in front of you the last couple of days, working kind of in sync with the defense and some shorthanded opportunities. What do you think has been the key for the successful situations and sort of stopping those barrages?
I mean, the guys have been great. This is as many block shots as I've ever seen since I've been here. And it's a fun style of hockey, and guys are really buying in, and makes the game a heck of a lot easier on myself. And that's what leads to success, the little things like that. But no, it's something that we're going to continue to do, and it's something that you guys will be seeing all year. It's been great so far.
We didn't talk to you after yesterday's game. Can you take us through that penalty shot stop?
Yeah. I mean, I actually haven't had any penalty shots since I've been here, but I've already seen 2 now this year in the first 3 games, and a pretty similar move to the one I got beat on out in Omaha. You have a penalty shot, you try to match the guy's speed and not make the first commit, and once he committed, I just tried to slide and make myself big there and got a glove on it.
What lessons can you guys take from tonight's game and seeing a talented team like Quinnipiac and going forward and applying those lessons?
Yeah, I mean, I thought for the most part we did a pretty good job of shutting them down. We stayed above them the whole night. The score probably doesn't really reflect that, but we played a pretty solid hockey game, and it's a matter of just capitalizing on our chances. And to be honest, we're trying to play championship hockey, and those are 2 teams that are going to fight for a championship that you saw out there, and that's the way we approached it. But when you do that, you got to win the special teams battle, and that was something we weren't able to do tonight. Their killer was great, and they capitalized on a few power plays, and we couldn't quite match that.
You being a senior leader wearing the A on the sweater, to have so many freshmen in the lineup, how do you handle a situation where maybe a freshman makes a mistake in a game? How do you handle that in terms of, do you sometimes pull players aside or try to talk to them during the week? What's kind of the Andy Isles leadership style for that?
Well, it's tough for me on the ice just because I'm kind of in my crease back there. I don't really get a chance to sit down and talk to them on the bench. But, when you see guys make mistakes, whether it be in practice or a game, you try to pull them aside afterwards and actually just had a conversation. And, stuff's going to happen. And, the better hockey team we will be this year. is going to be if we can take those mistakes and grow from them and not make the same mistakes twice. And that's going to be important. But, you know, I told the guys out there, like, don't bury your heads. You know, it's a long season. That's a good team, and you know, we're definitely going to get better from playing this game tonight.
Andy, are there any positives that especially caught your eye, both the Quinnipiac game and last night's game?
Yeah, I think the shot blocks are obviously something that's been great. And, you know, we gave up two power play goals tonight, but I thought for the most part our kill was pretty good. One kind of slid under me that shouldn't really have been a power play goal. And you know, the other one was kind of just a little lucky chip weak side, and the next thing you know, it's in the back of the net. So stuff happens. I thought our kill's been good up until now. Our power play's been great, but you're gonna have that. You're gonna go in waves. You're gonna fluctuate throughout the year, and let's continue to focus on our special teams and continue to make a commitment in front of the net.